You are listening to Charting Wealth for Thursday, the 12th of January, 2017. The SPY, that is the Standard & Poor's 500, up over the day, 0.28%. However, our two-day chart is still in a confirmed downtrend. Our weekly is in a confirmed uptrend. When we have the two-day one way, the weekly the other, we don't have a trend to follow. So we have to wait for one of two things to happen. For there to be enough strength, and there is not a lot of strength showing on the down move at this point on the two-day to pull the weekly over, or for the two-day to rotate back over going up, and for us to jump in for an up move on the S&P 500. So we are in a holding pattern right now on the S&P 500. Let's next go to QQQ. Brighten the screen up just a little bit more. What do we see going on QQQ? Well, first off, that is the NASDAQ 100. The tech stocks, the weekly is up, as is the two-day chart. It actually rotated over going up back on the two-day candling on the 8th of December. We just had the weekly rotate over at the close of the past week. We have the 2-hour chart in a downtrend right now. However, let's take a glance at that. What we're waiting for is for this two-day chart to rotate back over going up. Could happen in the morning. If indeed that does occur, that is your trigger for jumping into an up move on the NASDAQ 100. So be aware. If you see throughout the course of the day, and remember the two-day is going to reveal itself every 2 hours, starting at 10, at noon, at 2, and then at 4. So watch for a candle to close, crossing over, going up. When that occurs, that is your proper entry point. Let's see what we can do. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. I tell you what, we don't force it. We don't second guess. We are led by what? The charts, not the media noise. Okay, friends, let's next go from the Qs to TLT. What is that? Well, that's the 20-year bond. It was actually up 0.34%. Have we seen a bottom? We've asked over and over and over. Remember, the weekly's still in a confirmed down move on the 20-year bond fund, but the two-day chart crossed over going up last week, and in fact, yes, let's see, let's make sure, yes, it crossed over going up on the 22nd and has continued to move up strongly since then. We also saw the 2-hour chart crossover going up back on, let's find it, there we go, back on the at noon on the 28th of December, and we've seen the market move up since then. Now, we have had a crossover going back down on the 2-hour chart, but again, we're not trading this. Why? Because that pesky weekly chart is still in a confirmed downtrend. Now, we could try to call bottoms. You can try to do that. You can try anything you want. What we're all about here is experimenting, and you can sure try to do that, but it doesn't set the parameters that we have set. What are our parameters? They are trend following. If you haven't already listened to our How to Read a Stock Chart video, it takes you only 15 minutes. We will send that to you for free, along with our daily market worksheet that you need to fill out every single day. Easy to do. We have an instruction video on that. If you go to our YouTube channel or there at Charting Wealth, the website, you can listen to it. I actually fill one out on a particular day. It takes the 10 minutes that it takes to listen to this. You fill it out as you move along. You also have to listen to our comprehensive weekly review and forecast, where we tell you where the weekly charts are, because that's important so that we can trend follow. So we are not doing anything on the bond fund now because we're waiting for there to be a trend to follow. Our trends are set by first the weekly chart and then the two-day chart. Then once we have a pullback in the opposite direction on the 2-hour chart and it rotates back over going up, which is exactly what we're looking for right now in our QQQ potential trade. Once that occurs, that's our jumping in point. Well, that can't happen on TLT right now because the weekly chart's still in a downtrend, even though the 2 days in an uptrend. But as we said, practice. You should all have virtual trading accounts. You can fund it with $1 million virtual dollars, and you can practice, practice, practice. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. We want you to practice with us. Once you get good, you can make your own calls with your own money when you get really, really good at this. That's where we are. Now let's go to our last chart. Oh, for the record, TLT up for the day 0.34%. Gold up 0.31%. We also see in gold it's still on a confirmed down move on the weekly chart. The 2-day chart has crossed over going up. If we look at our 2-day chart, we see that it has been going up since the 30th of December when it crossed over moving up. Actually started going up back on the 28th, but we didn't have a crossover on the PPO until that point. And it's been nice, clean up movement on gold. It got a nice, good trend line that we're above. However, that pesky weekly chart still in a confirmed down move, just like bonds are. If we look at our 2-hour chart, what do we see going on? Well, if you all been following us for a while, you know that we keep waiting for the 4-hour chart or the 2-hour chart, particularly the 4, to be our prescient trading chart. It's starting to look better. Remember, last year in 2015, the 4-hour chart was our chart for everything until it stopped working at the end of the year. And it looks like the 4-hour chart, and then it started working again in early 2016. Maybe the 4-hour chart's going to start working for us again in 2017. Those of you who want to know what we're talking about, I really encourage you, go back and look at how clean our 4-hour chart was. It was beautiful. If you just bought in every time it rotated over and just rode it until it rotated back, it was so beautiful, just beautiful. Or it just petered out as far as the energy on the derivative oscillator. Once it stopped going up or stopped going down, you just get out. You just over and over again, except for a few little quirky points, it just did beautiful. And again, we don't ask to win all the time. We pair off our losses. When things don't work, we get out. When they do work, we ride them. And it was beautiful. So we shall wait and see if the 4-hour chart's going to start working again in gold. Friends, that's where we end the day on Wednesday the 10th as we go into Thursday the 11th. Remember, the market historically pulls back sometime in about mid-January or so on the year after the presidential election year. So just pay attention to that. Those of you who don't have copies of the Stock Traders Almanac for 2017, go to Jeff and Yael Hirsch's website, Stock Traders Almanac, and subscribe. If you subscribe actually to their service, you get not only a free copy of the Stock Traders Almanac, but you also get all the emails and everything else Jeff does. I can only say good things about these guys. I love them. A lot of people buy all sorts of books in pubs and everything else. The book alone is worth its weight in gold every year. Stock Traders Almanac 2017. I have used it for years. Can't say enough good things about it. All the different recommendations they have in there, all the things that they talk about are all backed up by evidence over decades and decades of following the charts, not the noise. So encourage, if you don't already have your copy of 2017 Dish Stock Traders Almanac, you need to get it. I don't get paid anything for saying this, although I probably need to. We'll work on that. Thank you so much, guys. If you appreciate what we do, we appreciate you. Go to our website, subscribe to the podcast, get those 3 items. Oh, I left out. Also, you get the layout that we use at freestockcharts.com. And if you would like a discount code on Free Stock Charts to get TC2000, email us. We'll get that to you, and you can actually jump online at TC2000 and have that at a discount. Thank you so much for listening. If you appreciate what we do, go, of course, subscribe. Go to iTunes, subscribe to our channel there. Give us a 5-star rating. You guys have made us as high as number 6 in the world in stock market podcast, and we so much appreciate that. Also, go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, my friends. You have questions, problems, concerns, let us hear from you. And again, 10 minutes every day. That's all we ask. If you will do this day in and day out, I can't tell you how long it will take, but that 10 minutes has the potential of making you more money than anything else you do in your life. It will not come without work. It will not come without time. But 10 minutes a day, every day the market's open. Do this, fill out your market worksheet. Before you know it, you will be reading charts. You can become a a charting master. And once you've done that, my friends, the world is your oyster and riches are at hand. God bless. Take care from chartingwealth.com.